Welcome back to the C Morning Show, everyone. Before we dive into our second discussion of the day, we have some exciting news from South Korea. Now, we do know that the Indonesian Under-23 AFC Indonesian squad did not finish first, and we came in second in Thomas and Uber Cup as well. But Indonesian barista Mikael Jasin has been crowned the 2024 World Barista Champion.
Jasin beat over 53 national champions from 50 countries during the 4-day competition, which took place from May 1st to 4th in Busan. In the final round, he outperformed his Australian, Japanese, New Zealand, South Korea, Ireland, and the Netherlands.
And for those who are unfamiliar, the World Barista Championship is the top international coffee competition held annually by World Coffee Events.
It celebrates excellence in coffee, promotes the barista profession, and engages a global audience with an annual championship that is the grand finale of regional events from around the world.
We will use the same recipe of 20 grams in.
Indonesia, Mikael!
And we are now going to connect live with the newly crowned 2024 World Barista Champion. If he's familiar to you, that's because he's a friend of the program, has been here before as well. Please welcome Mikael Jasin, who is joining us all the way from Busan, South Korea. He's still reveling in his success, and he's going to share with us his journey and experiences during the competition. Good morning, Mickey. Thank you for being here, and congratulations on your win.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So how does it feel? Tell us about it when they, called out your name to be the winner of this very prestigious coffee competition.
It still feels surreal. I've been competing for 10 years, and you work on it for so long, you visualize it for so long. I've had the picture of the trophy on my phone for, I don't know, the past 8 years. It's still the old one, it's not even mine. But yeah, it feels surreal, and it's great to finally did it.
So can you, starting this discussion about how did you win this championship, especially this year?
I don't know. I scored the highest, I guess. No, but the Barista Championship, you sort of alluded to it earlier. They score not only your coffee, but also the way you present it, the idea that you have around it. It's a bit like TED Talk, where you have 15 minutes to present your ideas, but you have to make 12 drinks at the same time as well.
So how long did you prepare for it?
I won my national championship in December. So from national championship to now, just under 5 months. But it's a year-long thing where you have to do the regional scene, and then you have to win your national, and then you have to go and compete to the world stage. So yeah, it's been a full year for this competition season.
It's a full year for this season, but you have been preparing for it for almost a decade, I would say, right? So
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your winning signature drink. So correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a signature drink and you had a final course. So you had what was called the Aji Espresso. And then following that, for the final course, you had switched to the Finca Deborah Geisha. Can you tell us a little bit about these drinks?
Sure. So we had to serve 3 courses.
Okay.
You have an espresso course, a signature course, and a milk course. You can serve it in any order that you want. So I serve my milk course first, a signature beverage, and espresso last. My theme was about mindfulness and how we can apply mindfulness, just being aware of our own presence and remembering to stop and smell the flowers, and taking a breath in before you do anything. So I presented the Ahi Bourbon. It's a very crazy type of coffee, a lot of fruity flavors. So we had a lot of fun exploring flavors with that coffee. And with the signature course, I put in clarified milk, I put in cocoa nibs, I put in Palo Santo, which is also used a lot in meditation. So the flavors are pretty out there. But for the espresso course, which was my last one, the Finca Deborah Geisha coffee that I use is very classic, very elegant, and that's a representation of the soul. Where when you get in touch with your soul, it's really bare. There's not much noise. Like the soul is clean and bare. You don't put anything to it. So I think I use coffee as a medium to deliver the message, and thankfully it worked out.
Nice. So this is your third competition, world competition, if I'm not mistaken. So I have to ask this,
Yep.
though, among all these competitors, which one is the toughest one?
Oh, it's tough. Like I think any world championship in any sports or any discipline is tough, and up there with me, everyone was great, and a lot of the other nations have been in the finals a lot more times. So I think, yeah, everyone was tough. Everyone was a great competitor, but at the end of the day, it's you have to make your coffee great. You have to present it greatly, and then the judges just judge you on that presentation. It's a bit funny where you don't go head to head. You
Okay.
present your idea, you present your coffee, and then they score you, and then the other 5 would do the same. So yeah, it's I guess if you ask me who's the toughest competitor, it was me myself, because I had
Correct.
to sort
Nice.
of overcome that.
Yeah, a lot of
that
people say
nerve,
that,
yeah.
right? Because in a competition like this, it's not like you're getting to taste the other competitor's coffee.
Exactly.
So your biggest opponent would be yourself. And speaking of which, you were your biggest opponent in previous times that you've competed at this World Barista Championship. If we're not mistaken, this was your third attempt, correct? Is that right? So what
Yeah,
would you
sure.
say that you learned the most, and what was it that really kind of put you over the top this time that you did differently in your previous less successful attempts?
Yeah, great question. I think the past failures helped me came up with the idea of this year's competition. I talk about how after my last outing, I wasn't very successful. I was one ranking away from being in the final, and there was a lot of disappointment in that. And after that, I got burned out. I was training too hard. I forgot to balance my other aspects in life. And this year, I talk about that, and obviously also applying the learning of making better coffee, making better signature drinks, things like that. But really just to approach it more holistically, from body preparation, mind preparation, coffee preparation, and just putting things together to present it the way I wanted to present it.
And I would say then it's safe to say that your theme of mindfulness probably comes from those previous experiences as well, right? In order for you to handle it better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right. So, in terms of getting to your goal, how do you handle pressure, and how do you maintain your focus in this year competition?
As Paul said earlier, because the theme was about mindfulness, you cannot talk about mindfulness and being present without actually practicing what you preach.
Okay.
And this year, I just did a lot of meditation. I did a lot of non-sleep deep rest. I did a lot of things in my head and within me to help me prepare for it. Obviously, I still had to do the coffee training. I still had to taste a lot of coffee, but I think sort of internalizing it and trying to process it and approach it in a mindful way, an intentional way, really helped me balance it out pretty well.
So now that you're kind of already being able to take your foot off the gas a little bit, if you so to speak, have a little bit of rest and recovery. Now, looking ahead, what's next for you? I mean, you have many business ventures here in Indonesia as well to focus on. Will you be heading back to the World Barista Championship to try to get a back-to-back championships? What's in the near future for you?
Historically, we don't really defend our championship in coffee. Once you win, that's kind of it. But we're excited because next year we're the host for World of Coffee, so we will host a World Championship in Jakarta in May 2025. So I think helping the Indonesian coffee industry getting ready to be a host for a World Championship, it's a big thing. Obviously, a lot of preparation and planning. So yeah, and then as a world champion, I have to do the ambassadorship duty for specialty coffee in general. So just trying to manage this and putting enough focus on downstream and upstream in coffee, hulu and hilir. So yeah, let's see if we can balance that.
Wow. Very fitting that we would be hosting a world championship now that we have our very own champion, right?
Yeah, but this is a simple question
Okay.
to end this talk. So, did you have a coffee this morning, and what kind of coffee did you have?
I did. I am having a coffee. I don't know what's in this. They just say it's a fruity blend. But it's great. It's at the end of the day, you still need coffee to wake you up in the morning. It doesn't have to be great coffees all the time. This coffee was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, coffee is amazing.
Okay, I think Mickey has had enough of making coffees over the past week. He's just going to go out and buy one this
Buy
morning.
one. Just a simple one, standard one.
I'm having a Brazilian
Yeah.
Santos this morning, and I love it. Thank you so much, Mickey, and
Thank you.
congratulations once again.
Thank you, folks.
And I will hold you to that. You're definitely going to drop by our studio for another visit as soon as you get back.
I will.
All right.
And let's try that Aji.
Oh yeah, Aji Espresso.
Aji
We
Espresso.
expect two
Yeah.
for us. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your time in Busan.
All right, ciao, folks.
Take care. All right. Again, that was an amazing feat. Obviously, Indonesia is now on the map for yet another milestone accomplishment. Couldn't be more proud that we already had him here in our studio before. So,
Yeah.
right. Anyway, we're going to take a short break here on the program, but we have more updates for you when we return only on the C Morning Show. Stay tuned.